something that everybody in Detroit is looking forward to is the return of our North Division champions, the Detroit Lions. I know you're excited, Spenny.
Yeah, I mean,
So excited.
As excited as you can be for the Hall of Fame game. Like, if I wasn't here doing this tonight, I probably wouldn't be watching it. But, it'll be good to see a couple guys out there that might have some impact on the season this year. But Hendon Hooker versus Trey Lance, man of the century. So
That was so coded. I love it.
yeah.
Yeah, I was listening in on the Sean Belizean in the morning show, and you guys were talking about this isn't going to change anybody's opinion of the Lions or anything like that.
Some people it might.
And all of us, I mean, for the last couple of weeks, we've all been talking about who do you want to see the most. But my question is I don't want to say it like who do you want to see the least, but who's the guy like 5 guys down that you're excited to see? The guy that when this conversation came up, you didn't mention his name the 5 times that you've been asked over the last 3 weeks. For me, it's a guy that I wanted to see last year. It's a guy that I talked about before the draft, called it out in the 4th round. You were with me, KG. Mm-hmm. It's Sione Vaki.
Yes, sir.
I really thought this guy was going to be a two-way player. Pretty much all we saw out of him last year was special teams play, which it seems like he's now the guy. He's replaced Jerm out there as the main captain of our special teams. I want to see him get some damn offense, though. I want to see him in the backfield. I want to see him carry the ball. I want to see him catch a couple passes out of the backfield. So where are you guys at? So give me somebody that we haven't really talked about. Hendon Hooker, we've heard. Hassanein, we've heard. Tesla, that's pretty much everybody's sexy answer. So who's somebody that hasn't been mentioned that you're looking for?
There's a few, but a guy like Manu comes to mind.
Yeah.
Like who's guys like some of the guys last year. I think Mahogany and some of these guys that we've heard, we were told, and stuff like this. And so I think for the first guy that jumped to my mind was Manu, to see if there's something more there. Coming from being great in Canada and having to last year to adjust and stuff like this, and from what you're hearing out of camp so far. So it's more of the secondary guys. You know who your starters are.
Yeah.
Even on defense, right? When you're healthy, you know who your starters are and who you want to put out there. It's availability is, the number one ability in the NFL. So who's going to be the backups? That's what I'm more interested in. And I think if you dial in, and I'm sure, Spenny, you're going to be watching the nuances. Yeah, we want to see the first team and do something special and flashy, then get out of there, don't get hurt. But are there some guys that can make that play?
Yeah.
Because all your top guys are going to make their plays. It's who that you don't expect can make that one play that, helps you throughout the year. And that's all that some of these guys have to do. So who are those guys?
The Canadian picks the Canadian. That is crazy.
It's good pool.
What about you, Spenny? He mentioned Mahogany. I overheard you yesterday back in the offices talking about him basically throwing Hassanein out of bounds on a play.
Yeah,
Third
Tyleek
bad.
Williams, not Hassanein. So
Tyleek, that's right. You're right.
We'll see. I'd be surprised if Mahogany got some run in this one. But for me, the two guys, like outside of, like you said, the obvious ones are the two Bulldogs you drafted this year in Dan Jackson and Lovett. I want to see what they can go out there and do. I'd like to see, because they're fighting for roster spots. They're fighting for active roster spots legitimately on this team. So those are two guys I want to see what they look like out there.
Dominic Lovett, have you seen some of his interviews?
No, I haven't.
You got to catch some Dominic Lovett interviews. We've got some real characters that they drafted this year. I mean, every year it seems like these guys are able to bring in some real personalities. But Dominic Lovett, I've heard some people think that he's going to be left off the 53-man roster. I wouldn't be surprised, looking at Khalif Raymond's age, that he's not back with this team next year. Now, he's loved in the locker room. He's absolutely a leader. So I would love to have him back, but I think Dominic Lovett is a guy that you're going to see on special teams this year that I think you're going to see make this team, and I think you'll see him make some plays tonight as well.
Yeah, he had a touchdown on a kick return in the scrimmage they did at camp the other day, so we'll see what happens, but he's not taking the spot from Khalif now, but like you say, he fits that type of mold, the guy that would be a return guy, like the backup slot type of player, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I want to see what he looks like.
Jimmy, where are you at? You got somebody for us?
I was gonna say Lovett just because of the Mizzou days. He was at Mizzou.
Oh, he was at Mizzou. Yeah.
Are you a Mizzou guy?
Yeah,
Come
on,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Is that where you're from?
You see the Tiger hoodie?
Hey, Spenny, thanks for watching the show.
I'll just be different. I'll say Zach Cunningham, Avonte Maddox, and Rocky Scene just to see like guys who have been good at one point in their football career, see what they have left to offer, because those could be some key pieces.
A little Detroit revival, if you will.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
KG.
Everybody took mine, but it's Lovett for sure. Because he's been making some really good impressions in camp. And like Spenny said, the receiver spots are pretty much took up, but he absolutely can make the practice squad. And he is somebody that you might see on special teams returning kicks. So I'm really excited to see what he can do.
Cool. Well, we got some cool Tigers topics, but I got to bring up video games here before we get to our next break, our first break of the show. The Madden ratings are out for... your Detroit Lions and of everybody else in the NFL.
Those are way more important.
Right. So I got to say, like, the one that really stuck out for me, I believe Hassanine got at 68. And that, for a 6th-round pick, normally, it's been a while. But I was a Madden head up until about maybe 10-plus years ago. A 6th-round pick, you were lucky if you got a 62 out of it.
True.
So a 68, that's kind of like a 3-4 round grade. That, to me, is exciting. I know everybody in Detroit's excited about this kid. I think, in fact, there might be a little too much focus on this kid because everybody in Detroit was so desperate and just absolutely chomping at the bit to get an edge rusher in the 1st round. 2nd round. 3rd round, we don't have one. What the hell? And it's day 3 by the time we finally get one, and it's late in day 3. So everybody is kind of putting a lot of expectations on this kid. He seems to be answering them, but Madden seems to like him.
Yeah, I mean, 68, I mean, that's pretty standard for, like, later round picks. I don't put a ton of stock into it, but from what we've heard about the kid, he does have a chance to make an impact on this roster because, with Josh Pascal being hurt, it does leave a spot open for him. And if he can, just go out there and provide good reps, I can see him getting some run during the season. Not a ton, but as a rotational piece on the other side of Hutch, with AQM and the boys over there and Davenport, I think he can make an impact. Well, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does.
You got to remember, this is as raw as it gets, right? Yeah. Spenny, like, this guy's raw.
Real
like,
raw, yeah.
But you like what you're hearing out of camp because the effort's there. He's a Dan Campbell effort guy, so they'll fit him in, and they're not going to rush him in.
Yeah,
that's not the way they do it. So maybe that's a guy you put some eyes on tonight, and just to see this. I forget who said it in the chat thread. It might have been Art Vandalay or whatever, but it's tonight, boys. It's tonight the Tom Kennedy Super Bowl.
Yes.
Is this the Tom Kennedy Super Bowl? Hey, will somebody look on Caesars and see what a Tom Kennedy touchdown is tonight?
Oh, that shit is minus 100 or something like that.
Well, it should be, but I think you might get some good odds on it. Look at McJesus working those thumbs.